Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be freeze drying some milk. So let's go ahead and hit that start button so we can go ahead and get to the 15 minutes it needs to be at. Well, now that's been about 25 minutes. We're going to go ahead and load the trays. I kind of got distracted because I was playing Phase 10 with the family. So I've seen this done multiple ways. I've seen it done, people doing it the way I'm fixing to do it, and then other people, they put the milk in the trays, and then they put the trays in the deep freeze, and then they put it inside the freeze dryer. Well, I would have tried that way, but my deep freeze is full right now, so I didn't have the room. So I'm just going to do it this way. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the tray just a little bit, and I'm getting the milk, and I'm just going to pour the milk in. We're going to pull the tray out. We're going to just pour the milk in, which is actually a good way to check to see if your trays are actually level inside the freeze dryer. Because if the level, you can tell. If not, the milk's going to go all to one side, and it might make a mess. So that's why you got to bend down and actually see, hey, is this level or whatnot? So we're going to go ahead and finish pouring the milk. As you can see, I'm making sure everything's all level and I'm not making a mess back there. And it's kind of difficult doing it with one hand. But the medium freeze dryer, it will hold around a gallon of milk if you fill the trays almost all the way completely up. So just keep that in mind. So if you wouldn't mind just going ahead and hitting that like button, and if you're not subscribed, just hitting that subscribe button also. I just ask you to hit that like button though, because the more likes the video gets, as you may heard, it helps the algorithm better and more people will be able to see this video. And this is a small channel right now, so the more people see these videos, then the better it'll help the channel in the future. So I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking time out to watching this video. So all of the trays are poured. I probably could have got a little bit more in a couple of them, but that's okay. So let's shut the door, and let's hit start. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take. It might take... I've been reading about like 24 hours or so we'll see. So now it's been about 17 hours and 50 minutes, so basically 18 hours, and it is still in the drying process. Now I'm back, and the process is complete. It took about 44 and a half hours, which that almost doubled the time I thought it was going to take. But man, look at the ice on the sides of that. That is a lot of ice. But let's go ahead and open it up. But let's go ahead and open the valve to let all the air out so we can open the door. And let's go ahead and pull these out a little bit and grab the moisture detector and detect to see if there's any moisture, because we want all the moisture to be out so we don't have the issue of them rehydrating themselves when in storage, which it's showing it's all dry, so that's really good. So we can go ahead and take that tray out. And this little moisture detector, if you don't have one, it is a must-have with the freeze dryer. But I have a link in the description to this moisture detector if you want one. And they're really handy. I use them on my strawberries, on some candy I use them on. And on this bottom tray right here, after I took it out, it popped up 5, which it shouldn't be showing anything because it's not touching anything. But inside it's showing it's good and dry, so I believe there's no moisture in that at all. Like right here, it shows 18% moisture. And then it goes away. So that's how those work. These are really handy to have when freeze drying, because you do not want any of your foods to have moisture in it. So this is the freeze-dried milk, and this is a gallon in all 4 trays. So now we're going to take a spatula, and we're going to just get it all up. All up on that. And once we get this all up off of that, we're going to put it inside this little Ninja blender, and we're going to make it into some fine powder. So let's go ahead and finish scraping all of these trays into this bowl. So now that I'm thinking of it, I probably should have used parchment paper or the silicone pads that I have for these trays. I might have been able to get more of the milk off the trays. I should have known better after doing the banana video, which if you haven't watched, go ahead and just go to the channel, and it's on my channel, and you can just go watch that video also, because I'm doing a giveaway on that video. But what I'm going to do now, I found it easier to hold the trays up and just scrape it down into the bowl. So like I said, this is the first time I've actually made the powdered milk and freeze-dried milk. So if you guys have any little tips or any tricks that would make it easier for me in the future to do this, because I plan on freeze-drying a whole bunch of milk. Just because it's the best way to keep milk where it won't go bad. But if you have any tricks or anything, just leave them down in the comments below. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put the freeze-dried milk into this little Ninja blender that I have. And we're going to blend it up into some fine powder, which some people will keep it chunky, but I like to have it in the powdered form because to me it's just easier to measure out when you're rehydrating it to use. But all you gotta do is put it in the blender and start blending, and once it's done to the fine powder, I'm gonna put it inside these mason jars. And once it's in the mason jars, we're just going to keep doing it till the mason jars are full and we're out of powder. This blender is amazing, because I actually use the exact same blender to shred my cheese, because it's so much easier using it because it has this little disc that you can put on top. But I'll drop the link for that down in the description also, which I did find some different ratios to rehydrate this back into some milk. One said to do a 1-to-1 ratio, so 1 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon, and another said 4 tablespoons of powder to 1 cup of water to make a cup of milk. Now, I'm not 100% sure which one is correct. We'll just have to just mess with it and try it and figure it out. But I guess I can do that and make that into a video and testing to figure out which way tastes the best. But I decided to put these into mason jars instead of Mylar bags, because I plan on using the mason jars pretty soon, within the next couple of years. If you want your milk to last 25 years or so in the powder form, then instead of putting it in mason jars, there's Mylar bags, and just put it in the Mylar bags. And if you want to throw some oxygen absorbers in there, then you can do that to make sure the oxygen is completely out. But I'm doing the jars because I plan on using these for recipes down the line. I'm using this mason jars. I want to get all the oxygen out, so I'm going to use this NutriSeal to make sure I can vacuum the oxygen and seal the jars up, which the link to the NutriSeal is going to be in the description below. And I will also be doing an unboxing and review on it later, coming up sometime in the next month or so. But alright, so now that we got it into the jars, we're going to go ahead and use the NutriSeal, and we're going to make sure these jars are completely sealed. We're going to put the lid on. This is really hard to do one-handed, by the way, while filming. But we're going to put the lid on, and then we're going to get this piece right here. I'm going to push it down over the lid and make sure it's all nice and firm on there. And then we're going to take this little device right here, which it just sucks all the air out, and you just put it up there and you hit the power button. It says that after 6 seconds it's completely sealed, but I'm going to go a little bit longer because going a little bit longer is not going to hurt anything. All you have to do is hit the power button, turn it off, and you just pop that right off, and then you take that white cap off, which if the blue piece comes off on the inside, that's fine, and just get popped back in there once it's done. So don't be worried and think that you broke something if that happens. It's fine. But now it's completely sealed. And now you just gotta put the day right there and put that little piece on there and put it up on your shelf. It should last on your shelf for at least a couple of years. But like I said, if you want it to last 25 years, you're gonna have to use that Mylar bag, because that Mylar bag will make it where the light doesn't come in, and this is one of the best ways to get milk into powdered form. That way you can have it basically for forever. Well, I say forever, but like for 25 years. So basically that's all it takes. And you can see how nice the powder is right there. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. And don't forget, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And God bless, and I'll see you guys in another video.